Hi, welcome to the 16th International Conference on Applied Human Factors and Ergonomics AHFE 2025 and the affiliated conference at JW Marriott Orlando, Florida. In this research presentation titled Mitigating Pakistan's Smoke Crisis Through Predictive Modeling, we address a pressing environmental challenge. Every winter, cities like Lahore are engulfed in hazardous smoke. But what if we could forecast it in advance? This study demonstrates how a combination of artificial intelligence, satellite data, and scientific modeling can offer timely predictions, helping authorities take preventive actions and enabling communities to breathe cleaner air. This project is a collaborative effort led by the researchers from the Pakistan and Spain, showcasing a cross-national approach to solving one of South Asia's most severe urban air quality issues. My name is Dr. Javed Anjum Sheikh from Air University and Fazaya College, Pakistan. Usman from Zaragoza University, Spain, and Farzan from Superior University, Pakistan. Understanding smoke in Pakistan, vehicle and industrial emissions. Emissions from aging transportation fleets and loosely controlled industrial activities from the backbone of Pakistan's air quality problem. These sources consistently release fine particulate and toxic gases, especially during winter months. Urban centers like Lahore, Karachi, Faisalabad, Islamabad face daily exposures, making emissions control a structural necessity rather than a policy option. Crop reseed burning. Crop burning, particularly in Punjab and Sindh, inject an enormous volume of pollutant into the atmosphere each fall. The smoke drifts into cities and combines with urban emissions, creating a toxic blanket. While this practice is cost effective for farmer, its environmental cost is staggering. Reducing it requires systematic agricultural support and affordable alternatives, not punitive action. Meteorological factors, weather patterns like temperature inversions don't generate pollution, but they magnify its efforts. In winter, polluted get trapped close to the ground with no upward escape, turning minor emissions into prolonged smoke events. This atmospheric lit worsen the health import and highlight the need for seasonal forecasting in policy response. Health and environmental impact, severe respiratory and cardiovascular risk. Smoke poses a direct threat to human health, not just the environment. Fine particulate matter penetrate deep into lungs tissues and enters the bloodstream, triggering both acute and chronic conditions. It compromises school attendance, worker productivity, and places a significant burden on healthcare system. The social and economic cost of inaction contains the escalate each year. Problem statement: severe air pollution. Urban air pollution level in Pakistan have crossed safe threshold by wide margins. Lahore, for instance, often records AQI air quality index values well above 300. Sometimes it's more than 800, 900, categorizing its air as hazards. These levels are not just number, they translate into millions breathing toxic air daily. This problem is persistent, seasonal, and getting worse every year without structured intervention. Public health impact. The connection between air quality and disease burden is clearly and growing. Emergency rooms fill up during smoke episodes. Respiratory infection spike and long-term exposure increase cancer risk. The human cost includes lost school days, missed work hours, and increasing out-of-pocket healthcare expenses. This turns smoke from an environmental problem into a full-fledged public health emergency. Data deficiency. Good policies start with good data, but here the data gaps are massive. Without reliable and real-time tracking, local governments are effectively flying blind. This hampers both public awareness and policy effectiveness. A decentralized, sensor-based network is essential to track pollution accurately across neighborhoods, not just cities. Limited use of AI. AI is not aspirational, it is operational globally. From preceding smoke episode to guiding emergency responses, machine learning models are already shaping smarter cities elsewhere. The absence of such tools in Pakistan's pollution strategy reveals a clear technology gap. Modernizing environmental governance means adopting these proven systems now, not later. Severe air pollution and public health impacts in this diagram. Research gap. Lack of empirical context-specific research on pollution meteorology interaction. We know meteorology play a key role in pollution behaves, but Pakistan cities have unique microclimates. Without local empirical studies, we are borrowing insight from very different geographies. Our research addressed this gap by analyzing pollution-weather interaction in our own context, providing data that is relevant and actionable for Pakistani cities. Absence of real-time localized air quality monitoring and forecasting system. A major roadblock to smoke control is the absence of live data. Even in large cities like Lahore or Islamabad, we don't have consistent monitoring, and smaller cities are often invisible in national reports. Our proposal fills the infrastructure void by building real-time prediction tools that are both scalable and location-specific. Underutilization of advanced machine learning for air quality predictions. AI is not new, but in Pakistan's environmental sector, it is still an untapped resource. While other countries are predicting smoke days in advance, we are still reacting to emergencies as they happen. This research introduces powerful machine learning models tailored to local data, bringing us closer to proactive pollution control. Fragmented use of multi-source data in existing studies. Effective forecasting requires connecting the dots. Pollution levels alone don't tell the full story. We must also look at when and where it happens and what it does to people's health. Our project builds integrated models that combine all relevant data streams for richer insight and better decision-making tools. Insufficient research on health outcomes across temporal and geographical scales. Public health planning requires details. It is not enough to say pollution is bad. We must identify when, where, and who is most at risk. This research captures these dimensions, helping healthcare providers and policymakers respond with precision during critical window of exposure. Limited policy-oriented AI application in the environmental health domain. We want our research to make a difference on the ground. This means building systems that are not only smart but usable. Dashboard that cities can rely on, alert that citizens can act upon, and simultaneous that policymakers can test before they legislate. This is about turning science into service. Research questions, correlation between PM2.5, PM10 and respiratory illness. This research question forms the empirical backbone of the entire study. It connects real-world pollution level to tangible health consequences like asthma, bronchitis, and hospitalization. By analyzing trends over time and across regions, the goal is to move beyond assumption and provide clear data-backed evidence of air quality directly affect public health in Pakistan's urban centers. This insight is critical for justifying future policy, prevention efforts, and healthcare resource allocation. Question number 2, development of hybrid machine learning model. This question addresses the technological frontier of smoke prediction. Traditional statistical method often fail to capture the non-linear time-dependent pattern in a pollution data. By contrast, hybrid models like LSTM-RF and CNN-LSTM can detect both short-term spikes and long-term trends in smoke formation. The integration of satellite weather and ground data allows for real-time responsiveness, something urgently needed in Pakistan's major cities. Emphasize that these models are not just innovative, they fill a serious technological gap in our environmental management strategy. Research question number 3, evaluating policy and health impact of prediction system. It is not enough for model to be accurate. It must also be useful in the real world. This question focuses on how well the smoke prediction system translates into actual improvement in public health and policy response. By running simultaneous, we can assess hospital preparedness and emergency response. Interviews with key stakeholders will reveal how decisions are currently made and where AI tools can be integrated. Policy analysis will help determine whether the system leads to better environments, such as pollution control measures or public health advisors. This ensures the research moves from lab to legislation. Objectives number 1, establish correlation between PM2.5 to PM10 and respiratory illness, which is aligned with the research question number 1. We begin by grounding the project in hard data. The objective is essential for establishing that the health burden from smoke is not anecdotal. It is measurable and scientifically significant. By analyzing both pollution and hospital admission data over a full annual cycle, we can demonstrate direct cause-effect relationship. These findings will help persuade policymakers, health officials, and the general public of the urgency to act and smoke as a public health issue. Correlation between PM2.5 and PM10 and respiratory illness. Objective number 2 align with the research question 2. Develop and test hybrid machine learning model. This is the technological backbone of the research. Traditional statistics forecasting tools fail to handle the nonlinear, time-dependent, and spatial variable nature of air pollution. These hybrid AI model, however, can capture complex environmental patterns and make short-term prediction with greater precision. They are designed to work with real-world imperfect data and deliver timely warning to public agencies and urban managers. Objective number 3 align with research question number 3, evaluate impact on public health and policy. This part ensures the project does not stop at theory or code. A successful prediction model is only meaningful if it is help people. Reducing ER visits, informing timely school closure, or guiding pollution control laws. By simulating policy scenarios and gathering feedback from real-world users of the system, we can refine our tool and recommend evidence-based environmental strategies. This is about measuring outcome, not just output. Where we study. Cities chosen, number 1 is Lahore. Lahore is one of the world's most polluted cities, especially in winter. Due to vehicle emissions and crops burning is nearby districts like Kasur and Sheikhupura. Weather conditions such as low wind and temperature inversion worsen the situation by trapping pollution. Lahore exemplifies Pakistan's complex smoke crisis. Combining urban and rural pollution source, it is a seasonal rise in PM2.5 and PM10 levels, make it a key case of studying air quality prediction and health impacts. Karachi, Pakistan's largest industrial city, faces year-round air pollution from industrial emissions, oil refining, and port-related transport. It consistently records high level of sulfur dioxide and particulate matter without seasonal variation. Unlike Lahore's seasonal smoke, Karachi helps assess non-cyclical industrial machine pollution and how resist pollution behave in humid coastal environment. Islamabad, Rawalpindi. Islamabad and Rawalpindi, once known for a clean air, now face rising pollution from urban sprawl, increased vehicle use and traffic congestion, especially in winter. This region illustrates how rapid of urbanization and changing microclimates can create smog in previously low pollution areas. Studying these twin cities help highlight how even green cities are vulnerable without timely action. Faisalabad. Faisalabad, a major industrial hub known for textile and manufacturing, experienced consistently high PM2.5 and PM10 levels due to continuous factory emissions, without minimal influence from agricultural or maritime source. It offers a clear case of isolating industrial pollution, adding the refinement of predictive model for similarly industrialized cities. Lahore and Karachi, smoke effective cities, and Faisalabad and Islamabad during smoke. Data to be collected, types of intended data source. Air quality includes PM2.5, PM10, NO2, SO2, CO, and the overall air quality index AQI. These pollutants originate from vehicles, industries, and burning activities and serve as primary indicator of smoke intensity. Air quality data forms the core of this study. PM2.5 and PM10 are the most harmful due to their deep penetration into the lungs. AQI offers an interpretable measure of overall pollution severity. Weather data covers temperatures, humidity, wind speed, and rainfall. These variables control how polluted accumulate or disperse. Low wind and cold condition trap smoke near the ground. Meteorology act as a pollution amplifier, especially during winter when temperature inversion and stagnant air are frequent in Pakistan. Human activity capture traffic density, urban population growth, and agriculture crop burning. These behaviors drive pollution pattern, particularly in city centers and during harvest season. Human behavior determines pollution surge, whether from daily traffic peaks or seasonal stubble burning. Health data we will add later on, but this time it is just optional. Comprises hospital record on respiratory and cardiovascular illness. This data connect air pollution level with the health outcome. Although not mandatory, it is inclusion enhance these studies public health relevance by linking environmental exposure with actual disease burden, guiding both hospital readiness and policy action. Data pre-processing and integration. Issue we face for cleaning and preparing data for modeling. Air quality sensor often experience failure, particularly in rural regions, resulting in data gaps. These issues arise from power outage, hardware malfunctions, and insufficient sensor coverage. Reliable data form the backbone of accurate model. In many regions of Pakistan, especially outside major cities, sensor network remain limited or inactive. The data infrastructure must account for accommodate these inconsistency to ensure valid analysis. Second issue, data from various origins such as like satellite, ground sensor, and weather API differ in units, scale, and temporal resolution, which complicates integration. Raw environmental data lacks uniformity. Standardization steps include converting units, synchronizing time stamps, and harmonizing variable names to prepare dataset for meaningful modeling. How we will fix data pre-processing and integration. Immutations, missing values are constructed using algorithms such like K nearest neighbors KNN, which estimate gaps based on similar observation across space and time. Naive filling techniques such as simple overage risk introducing distortion imputation based on learned pattern maintains the integrity of temporal relationship and enhance model robustness. Normalization, all variables are scaled to consistent numerical range 0 to 1, ensuring compatibility across input and avoiding bias toward feature with larger numeric magnitudes. When combining diverse data streams such as pollution levels, humidity, and traffic intensity, normalization enables a model to process each feature equitably, enhancing convergence and performance. Third one, satellite integration. Satellite drive data such as aerosol optical depth supplements suppress ground level reading to fill spatial gaps and improve models coverage. Satellites provide wide consistent surveillance that ground sensor cannot match, particularly in under-reserved areas. Merging satellite imagery with on-ground data expand spatial resolution and support comprehensive smog mapping. How the prediction models work. First, we use machine learning algorithm, random forest. Random forest and XGBoost offer strong predictive performance while maintaining transparency. Their structures allow clear identification of impactful variables such as traffic intensity or ambient temperature, supporting both technical evaluation and policy interpretation. ARIMA LSTM, Hybrid Time Series plus Deep Learning. ARIMA captures recurring patterns like seasonality, while LSTM processes irregular fluctuation and temporal depth. The integration produces a flexible, accurate model well suited for the dynamic nature of urban air quality. Number 3 is SHARIMA seasonal forecasting. SHARIMA structure capture cyclical pollution trends, enabling preemptive planning in areas where pollution peaks follow a known calendar. This facilitates targeted alert and regulatory responses. Important features: polluted result from the weather plus traffic, obviously pollution predictions. Pollution results from the interaction of emissions with atmosphere condition. Modeling these factors together produce more precise forecasting by reflecting how traffic emissions behave under specific weather scenarios. Time-based variables, traffic surge during rush hours and drop during weekends or holidays create predictable fluctuation in pollution. Incorporating these temporal signals strengthens the model's ability to match real-world emission cycle. Lag features. Air pollution accumulate over time rather than resetting each day. Using lagged variable enables model to detect ongoing trends and forecast short-term pollution spike more effectively. Evaluation, explanation, and policy impact, making the model useful for decision making. Model performance is assessed using both ROC and AUC and RMSE, and ROC-AUC measures how well the model distinguishes between smoke and non-smoke periods. Adding in early warning, RMSE evaluate how closely predicted pollution levels match actual values, ensuring numerical accuracy. Together, these metrics provide a comprehensive view of the model's effectiveness in both risk reduction and forecast precision. Number 2, cross-city testing. To ensure robustness, the models are tested across 4 distant urban environments: Lahore, Karachi, Islamabad, and Faisalabad, each with unique climates, emission source, and urban dynamics. This cross-validation approach prevents overfitting to a single city and enhances adaptability. It allows the model to account for challenges like Karachi maritime emissions, and Lahore's seasonal smoke, making it more reliable across Pakistan's diverse urban setting. Number three, SHAP values. SHAP values make machine learning predictions transparent by revealing which feature influence each forecast. For instance, they can show whether traffic or weather condition led to a smoke alert. This enhances trust in the model by explaining its decision and helps policymakers target specific pollution source like crop burning or NO2 levels for effective intervention, making the model useful for decision making. The interpretation via PDPs. PDP help visualize how changes in one variable like traffic density impact pollution prediction while keeping other factors constant. They make complex models easier to understand by highlighting input-output relationship. For example, a PDP may reveal pollution surge after a traffic threshold, offering clear insight for planner to design targeted intervention. Number five, early smoke warnings, accurate model forecasting enabling timely smoke alerts, allowing authorities to take preventive actions such as a school closure or reduced industrial activities. By predicting pollution spike in advance, especially in high-risk areas like Lahore, cities can respond proactively, minimizing health risk and disruption before conditions become severe. Number six, policy support. The model offers clear evidence-based insight to guide policy decisions, such as restricting crop burning or setting up low-emission zones. Its explainable outputs make interventions more credible and enforceable. By linking pollution source to real-world impact, the model empowers policymakers to craft targeted, scientifically justified regulations. Healthcare preparedness. By forecasting pollution spike, the model helps healthcare systems anticipate increase in respiratory and cardiovascular cases. This enables early resources planning such as staffing, ICU capacity, and medication stockpiling, shifting the response from reactive to proactive. It supports life-saving readiness during high-risk smoke periods. Expected outcome, what this study will deliver: smoke prediction system. This AI-driven model will be trained using local meteorological, traffic, and emission data to provide smoke forecasts specific to Pakistani cities. Its design considers regional seasonality, pollution source, and urban structures to maximize accuracy and relevance. We are not importing a generic model. We are building one trained on local realities: Lahore's winter smoke, Karachi's humidity, and Faisalabad's industrial zones. This localization ensures more accurate prediction, which are essential for effective risk mitigation. Public health benefits. By forecasting pollution levels in advance, our system will help issue early health warnings, reducing exposures related illness such as asthma, bronchitis, and cardiovascular complications, especially among vulnerable groups. Timely smoke alert empower communities to protect themselves, limiting outdoor activities, using masks, or assessing healthcare early. Over time, we accept this is to reduce ER admission and improve health outcome during high pollution expo date. Policy recommendation. This model's explainable output identifying pollution drivers will be synthesized into actionable policy suggestion for urban planning, emissions control, and emergency response during smoke events. Data without action is wasted. This system is designed not just for prediction but for decision making. It helps policymakers justify intervention like banning crops burning or introducing vehicle emission testing based on solid evidence. Operational dashboard. A user-friendly web-based interface will display real-time air quality levels, predictive alerts, and trends. It is designed for both government agencies and the public to assess and act on the data. We are building a dashboard that puts this model into people's hands, visualizing PM2.5 levels, forecasting spikes, and offering innovative summaries. This supports transparency and builds public trust while enabling responsive governance. Thank you. Please submit your questions because sometimes questions are more important than answers. Thank you very much.